y'all? It's your boy Tevin Jameer back at it again with another episode of the Hate It or Love It podcast. And today, as you guys can see in the title, I will be talking about the Power Choice Awards. If you guys been following me for a while, then y'all know Power, besides Boy Meets World, is my second favorite show of all time. I love the Power universe and I'm a big fan of it. You know, I mean, you guys can see from how many episodes I done did about the show. So yeah, when I saw that they were doing a Power Choice Awards to celebrate the 10 years of the Power universe, I was like, yeah, definitely got to make an episode about that. So I know I did an episode earlier this year, somewhat celebrating the Power universe, basically saying like my top 10 shocking moments of the universe. But this is an official thing that Stars did for the Power universe. So I was like, you know what? Got to get my 2 cents on it. And today, you guys can probably tell this is going to be an audio only episode due to the fact that, I'm going to have to edit like pictures and stuff with it. But today, basically, I'm just going to go through the different nominations that they had. I'm going to tell y'all who I picked and I'm going to tell y'all who won. Basically, just giving y'all my thoughts on who won, who I felt like should have won in some cases. Because I'm not going to lie to y'all. Some of the categories, the winners were some bullshit. I'm not even going to lie to you. But then again, these were voted by the Power fans, so I guess I can't argue, saying that it was rigged or nothing like that. Though, part of me do feel like some of these were rigged. I'm not even going to lie to y'all. And then some of the nominations just don't make sense to me. But either way, we're not here to judge all of that. We're here to celebrate Power and like everything that we've gotten over the past 10 years. And hopefully, we get more to this universe because it is truly a great show. And for anybody that has not watched any of the Power universe, please go watch Power. But with all that being said, let's get into it. So the first category that I wrote down was content creator. I'm not going to lie. I don't keep up with any of the content creators for Power on TikTok and on Instagram. I really don't keep up with any of them. So I just figured, let me get this category out of the way because I really don't know most of the people on here. But, the winners of that category was Lou Young. Now, I did see a couple of his skits, but like I said, I don't be following him. But, I do see a couple of his skits. He's pretty funny. And then The Real DNA, who did a lot of content for Raising Kanan. He used to do like weekly recaps of the shows where he did like raps recapping the episode. And hell, he wound up being in an episode of the latest season. So, he was putting in that work and, shout out to those two. Like I said, I don't really watch their content, but it is cool to see, the Power universe and the people behind the scenes actually acknowledging the fans that, keeps the conversation of the show going. So shout out to those two. And now the first real category that I want to get into, most villainous person. So the nominees for them was Noma, Dre, Ronnie, Two-Bit, and Jannard. And the winner wound up being Dre. Now, in my opinion, there was no other choice, in my opinion, for the most villainous person. Don't get me wrong. Noma, she actually, compared to Dre, that's the one thing I will say about the Power universe that I gotta say. I always said that low-key, Dre was one of the best villains of the Power universe. I know a lot of people hated Dre. Well, of course you're supposed to because he's the op. But, a lot of people hated Dre, and Dre, he was always trying to outdo Ghost, Tommy, and Kanan. But the thing is, a lot of the other villains in the show, like, you kind of know how villains in Power is going to go. They get introduced and then they get killed off pretty quickly. So when one actually sticks around for a while and actually puts up a real challenge against our main characters, like, it is something to note. And Dre did it for like all of Power, like from season 2 when he was first introduced all the way to season 6 when he got killed off. Dre has always been a thorn in Tommy, Ghost, and Kanan's, side. So it's cool seeing him win it. He definitely deserved it. I don't understand why Two-Bit is here. He's not really much of a villain. They used a clip from book 2 where he was like getting money from Tariq, but to be honest, like, how much of a villain is he when he just keeps showing up once in a while in the series? It's like he's not really a constant presence like a lot of the other characters on this list was. So yeah, I don't understand 2-Bit being there, but everybody else was solid nominations. But Dre, obvious winner. Like, there was no other choice. Next, we have the Chestnut Checkers Award, and the nominees were Ghost, Tommy, Tariq, Rock, and Monet. And of course, Ghost was the winner. I don't think there was any other like choice you could make. When it came to the game of power, Ghost was always 10 steps ahead of everybody. Like, he was always thinking into the future, even in his death. A lot of people always say that he didn't see Tariq coming, like trying to kill him or whatever, but he must have seen something though, because like he set up all this stuff for Tariq. Like, he set up all these obstacles for Tariq to face in book 2 after Tariq, shot him. So Ghost, even in his death, or no, I don't really think he died, but no matter what Ghost went through, he always thought ahead of everybody. Now, don't get me wrong, the other people in this list are solid choices. Tommy, he definitely started to think more like Ghost, and he started to definitely play the game of chess, and he definitely stepped up in book 4 Force. But if we're just looking at Tommy's character overall, the original Power, he didn't always make a lot of smart moves, so that's why I just can't see him winning. Tariq, same with him. In the original Power, he made a lot of dumb moves, and Ghost, he was kind of forced to grow up and try to start making smarter decisions. So maybe out of everybody on this list, I could see him being number 3 behind Rock. And of course, Rock, besides Ghost, Rock is literally one of the best protagonists in the Power universe. So it makes sense that she's there. If Ghost wasn't nominated, then Rock would have easily won. And then Monet, I'm not going to lie to you, I don't understand why Monet is here. She makes a lot of, she makes a lot of bad decisions in book 2. So, I mean, I guess I can get why she's here. I guess they had to nominate somebody from book 2. I noticed that they try to nominate people from each series. So I guess out of everybody, it just kind of makes sense that Monet would be here, but it's just like, yeah, I just don't think she stands against people like Ghost, Tommy, Tariq, and Rock. But yeah, shout out to Ghost, shout out to Amari Hardwick, and yeah, let me get on to the next one. So the next nomination was Biggest Op. The nominees were Blanca, Angela, Sax, Burke from book 3, and Stacy Marks from book 4. And the winner, of course, no other choice, Sax, Hooper Sax. Yeah, when Sax finally died in season 3 of book 2, bruh, that shit hit hard. Like, Sax dying just felt unreal, because like he was one of the only Power OGs from the original Power to still be alive in book 2, and to see him finally get killed off, it just felt unreal. And I'm not saying finally like I really wanted it to happen. Sax always kept the show very interesting. So to see him go, not that I was worried for the show, because, Power, like I said, is one of my favorite shows. I believe in the writers and stuff like that. And I believe that they've been carrying the show on pretty well without him. But it is undeniable that there is kind of a space left there without Sax. Like, throughout book 2 Ghost, he always kept the show interesting. So yeah, Sax, shout out to him. Shout out to Shane Johnson, the guy that plays Sax. Yeah, Sax was a really good character. My thoughts on the other nominees, though. Blanca, I would probably say she was a good second. If it wasn't Sax, I could see Blanca winning. Angela, a lot of people hate Angela, so she probably would have won if it wasn't Sax. I don't hate Angela, but yeah, I can see her being here. Burke, I hate that they called it Biggest Op, because Burke really didn't do anything wrong. She was doing her job. Well, technically they're all doing their job, but like with Blanca, Angela, Sax, like those 3, there was something personal there for them while they were doing all this. But with Burke, it wasn't really personal. It was more just like she was doing her job, and she was finding out more and more, and it's like everybody started hating her for it. Like, I know, I get it. The show is about drug dealers, and in a way, we're kind of rooting for the drug dealers to win. But with someone like Burke, it's just like, I don't know. Her intentions wasn't malicious, so I don't I didn't hate her as much as the rest of the Power fans did. Of course, when you're watching it in the context, like, you want Kanan and his family to, stay free and stuff like that. Like, and of course, in that context, like, yeah, she's a op, but it's just like, when I really look at it, Burke was just really doing her job at the end of the day, and she just got killed off for actually being a good cop. Like, that's crazy. And then Stacey Marks, I'm not gonna lie to you, she's only been in one season of Force so far, so it's like, I don't really feel like she's done enough to be nominated with these other people. But, like I said, it seemed like they were trying to nominate people from each book in these categories, so there was no other choice really when it comes to book 4 Force. I will say Stacey Marks definitely, I'm not trying to make a pun, left a mark, on fans and stuff like that, but I don't feel like she's really done too much enough to get this nomination. But yeah, shout out to all the characters and the actors that made it on here. Now let's go to the next one. The Should Have Pled the Fifth Award. This one is, for the snitches. So the nominees are Carrie, Dre, Lakeisha, Lauren, and Vic. Now, let me say, before I say the winner, let me say Lauren, I don't even feel like deserves to be here. Like, if you look at the other people on the list, Carrie, she purposely was trying to fuck over Tariq and the Tejadas. Dre, like I said, he was just an overall villain. So, like, of course, he'll snitch on someone just to advance himself into the game. Lakeisha, I don't even really feel like she should be here because like I said in the top 10 shocking moments, I didn't even really think Lakeisha was gonna snitch. I thought she was actually going to run away. Like, it's really up to you whether you believe what she was going to do or not. But truth be told, I believe that Keisha would have ran away instead of actually snitched. So I don't even believe she deserves to be here. Lauren, just simply off circumstance. She got tricked into being a snitch. It's not like she purposely went out her way to be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go snitch on these people. Just, she got tricked into it. But I mean, I guess if you want to be technical, yeah, she's still a snitch, but it's just like, because of circumstance, I wouldn't put her up against some of these people. And then Vic, yeah, he's a fucking snitch rat bastard. So yeah, I don't mind him being here. But the winner is Lakeisha. Like I said, I don't really understand why she was even nominated in the first place. But even if we are going to take her snitching into account, like, why do y'all think Dre won the best villain in the original Power? Because he used snitching as a technique to get further into the game. So truth be told, I think Dre should have won, but I don't know, man. Like, I guess they wanted to give Lala a win. This is what I mean when I feel like some of them were a little bit rigged. Because I cannot see most Power fans actually picking Lakeisha for, like, I guess you could say best snitch in the universe. But yeah, I feel like Dre should have won. Close second could have been Vic. Because Vic, oh man, he fucked up with that. Next nomination, Flyest Fits. We got Monet, Rock, Ghost, Tariq, and Diana. I'm surprised that, now I'm not saying that Diana shouldn't be here, but I'm surprised that Diana was nominated, because truth be told, everybody else that's nominated, I heard people like on Twitter or on TikTok saying that, like, yeah, Monet got fly ass fits, Rock got fly ass fits, Ghost suits were always amazing, Tariq got drip. Like, I always heard people say that, but I rarely heard anybody say like Diana got fly fits. So it's very surprising to see her here, to be honest. But I ain't really mad at it. You know, for the women, I bet Diana does have some fly ass fits. Now, like I said, I'm thinking about it more in a man's perspective, and truth be told, I thought Tariq probably would have won, either Ghost or Tariq. And I know they're the only men nominated, but I really felt like they were gonna win because, like, people always talk about Ghost suits. So I thought about it in that way. And then Tariq, he really be wearing drip. Like, I seen videos dedicated to like the outfits that Tariq be wearing. I remember in one episode of season 3, he had like a, what's it called? A trench coat, a long coat, whatever it's called. He had a coat that everybody on Twitter and even TikTok was trying to figure out, like, what brand was that from? What designer was that from? Like, people wanted to cop that shit. And I never really seen anybody do that with Monet. So it's like, I'm not saying that Monet shouldn't have won, which, oh yeah, by the way, Monet won. I'm not saying that Monet shouldn't have won. Like, to be honest, like, she does have a lot of Flyest Fits, so I'm not even mad about it. But it's just the fact that I'm surprised that she won, because I see more people talk about Tariq's fits than Monet's. But then again, my timelines might be more catered to a man, so of course I'll see those type of posts opposed more to Monet's posts, where it's probably more for the women. But yeah, shout out to Monet's Flyest Fits. Next, we have the Ride or Die category. Nominees were Brayden, Jukebox, Tommy, and Liliana. And of course, Tommy won. When I seen this category, I just said automatically, like, it's either Brayden or Tommy. Because here's the thing. With Jukebox, now I noticed that while they were doing the nominations, I noticed that they were nominating like certain... So Raising Kanan, for anybody that doesn't know, is a prequel to the original Power. Jukebox and Kanan are in the original Power, and then, you know, they got their prequel, Raising Kanan. Now, I noticed that when they nominated Jukebox, they only showed young Jukebox from Raising Kanan. But the way that I'm thinking about it, I'm thinking about these characters just overall in the universe. I was thinking about Jukebox and Raising Kanan and how she acted in the original Power. And truth be told, in the original Power, she was not no fucking ride or die. So that's why I just couldn't pick her. Like, I know they were nominating young Jukebox, but when I think about Jukebox character overall and seeing how she turned out in the original Power, she was not a ride or die at all. So there was no chance of her winning, in my opinion. Then you got Liliana, which it's like, I feel like if Liliana lived longer, I feel like she could have easily won or had a good footing. But truth be told, she was only in season 1 of Force, and then she got killed off. Now, don't get me wrong. In her one season, she's done a lot. But I feel like she needed more time for her to be seriously considered. Brayden and Tommy. Now, here's the reason why I straight up, you know, said it was either just going to be one of those two. First off, Tommy was Ghost's number one. Like, whenever Ghost needed something done, even if they were beefing with each other, Tommy would always help out and get it done. And then even in that last episode, even though they spent all of season 6 beefing with each other, when it came down to it, whenever Ghost needed Tommy, like when Tariq was setting them up, making them believe he got kidnapped, Tommy did not hesitate to help Ghost raise the money to, you know, help out Tariq. And then even in the final episode, when Tommy got word that Ghost was going to get killed or somebody was going to try to attack Ghost, Tommy, the last thing that he did while Ghost was still alive was try to, you know, prevent his death. So even when they were beefing, no matter what was going on, Tommy has always had Ghost's back. So there was no doubt that he was a real ride or die. And then even same with Brayden. Like, I even talked about it before. If you could say anybody is in Tariq's corner, Brayden is definitely in Tariq's corner. When in season 1 of Ghost, when Tariq first started going to Stansfield, Brayden was the first one to be like, hey, if you want to get back in the game, I'll be right there with you. I'm ready to get back in. Season 2, when Tariq was on trial, Brayden took the rep. He took all the heat in court for Tariq. Season 3, when Brayden really wanted to leave the game, but he heard that Tariq was about to get set up, he said, fuck all of that, and he went back to save his boy. So it's just like, yeah, and we got to see what major move Brayden does for Tariq in season 4. Or then again, maybe this time Tariq will return the favor and do a big move for Brayden. Tariq, don't kill fucking Brayden. There's some rumors that people believe that Tariq is going to kill Brayden. Please don't fucking kill Brayden. He's been such a good person to you. It's just like, please don't do that. Like, Tariq, be loyal to somebody for fucking once. But yeah, Brayden and Tommy has done so much for Tariq and Ghost that I just had no doubt in my mind that it was either going to be one of those two. So if Tommy didn't win, Brayden was going to be an easy second character to win. The next nomination, Gone But Not Forgotten, we had Julio, Liliana, Proctor, Raina, and Zeke. And I'm going to keep it real with y'all. I'm going to keep it all the way real with y'all. Like I said in the last category, Liliana has only been around for 1 season, so I can't really... Like, I give her mad respect. I give her character mad respect. But for her to be nominated in this, I feel like it's a little extra. At least Julio, he stayed around for like almost half I think Julio died in season 4 of the original Power. So like for more than half of the series, he was like a loyal soldier to Tommy and Ghost. He was basically like almost a number 3 in their organization. So it makes sense why Julio was there. Makes sense why Proctor was there. Proctor, even though I feel like his death it's not shocking at all. I don't see why people felt shocked about his death. Like, it was definitely coming. But even the moves that Proctor made, it makes sense why he's here. Raina, of course, it makes sense why she's here. I really don't understand why Zeke is here. I'm not gonna lie to you. The Gone But Not Forgotten, like, to be honest, I still see people to this day bring up Julio. I see people to this day bring up Proctor, of course. I see people bring up Raina to this day. But barely have I ever heard anybody say, damn, man, I miss Zeke. I miss Zeke. Like, I remember people said that at the beginning of season 3, but in the long run, I don't hear people say, like, damn, man, I wish Zeke was still alive. It's like, no, bruh. He's definitely gone, and he's only remembered whenever they reference him now. Like, I don't care. Like, he shouldn't have been nominated for this, but I don't know. I feel like they had to meet their quota with Book 2 nominations because he's really the only Book 2 nomination. But yeah, Proctor was the winner. Like I said, I'm not surprised. I really feel like Raina should have won because out of all the deaths in the Power universe, I feel like Raina is still the one that hits the most. But I did notice that they gave Don Shea Hopkins, the actress that plays Raina, I noticed that they gave her an award right after this one. So it's like, I feel like probably the people behind Power expected Raina to win, but because she didn't win, I feel like they came up with something else just so that she wound up getting an award in general. But yeah, Proctor winning, I'm not too mad about it, but I feel like Raina should have won. But hey, you know, it is what it is. The next category is the Power PhD Award, the Power PhD Fan Award. And it was just dedicating to the fans that always been posting about the show, loyal, that keeps up with the show and informs other people about it. And I didn't write down none of the other nominees because truth be told, nobody else was going to win but Mark fucking Dark. When I was watching the Power Choice Awards, all I kept saying was, there is nobody else in the fandom that needs to win but Mark Dark. Mark Dark, I remember getting into Power. He was my main YouTuber for the Power universe. He still is now, but Mark Dark, he just put a lot of work into, you know, what he does and what he's done for the Power community and how he does his recaps, his theories and stuff like that. Mark Dark definitely deserves his flowers, and I always enjoy watching his recaps. I always enjoy watching his theories and discussion videos, his predictions. Like, out of all the Power YouTubers, while I'm talking about it, shout out to Rudy P and shout out to MovieBot. But yeah, Mark Dark, he's the GOAT. He's been doing this for a long time, put a lot of work into it, and I'm glad that they gave him his flowers. He definitely deserved that award. And even if you're not a Power fan, Mark Dark be putting in work. Like, he recaps The Chi, BMF. Right now he's doing a lot of Bel Air content, so if you guys are into a lot of black shows, definitely check him out. He's definitely put in a lot of work. And Mark Dark, if there's ever a chance that you're actually watching this episode, shout out to you. And one day I hope to collab with you, bruh, because I feel like out of the Power universe, me and you, we top 5 biggest fans. But yeah, shout out to Mark Dark. He definitely deserved that win. Next is Couples Goals. I don't understand some of these fucking nominations, but okay. For Couples Goals, we had Effie and Kane, which, why the fuck are they here? Like, at best, they were friends with benefits. They were not a real couple. At best, they were just fuck buddies. So I don't understand why they were here. Ghost and Angela, Rock and Unique, same with Effie and Kane. They were literally friends with benefits. I don't understand why Rock and Unique was here. Tariq and Lauren, and Tommy and Lakeisha. Now, when I seen this, it was quite fucking obvious Ghost and Angela was gonna win. I know a lot of people hate Angela, but y'all have to admit, Ghost and Angela had a lot of chemistry together. You know, they were definitely the best couple out of everybody here. I will say that Tariq and Lauren was a very close second in my opinion, because you can tell that Tariq really loved Lauren. Out of all the girls in book in book 2. He really loved Lauren the most, and truth be told, he's only with Diana and Anya right now, just, you know, for convenience. But when it came down to it, I feel like when he really picked which girl he really wanted, Lauren was always the one that stole his heart, and you can tell that was the one that he truly loved. And you can tell that Lauren actually loves Tariq. Like, there's a lot of moments in season 3 where she regrets fucking with Tariq and stuff like that. And yeah, in the end, she did save everybody, partly to keep her family safe. But at the same time, I feel like it also came from a place of her, you know, still having feelings for Tariq. But it's just that she knew he wasn't good for her. It's like, I love you, but you're not good for me. But so I'll give you this help. I'll help you out right now, but don't ever talk to me again. So I don't know. Their relationship was very bittersweet because I can tell that there was real love there between the two. But it's like, because of circumstances, it's best that they don't fuck with each other. But yeah, Tariq and Lauren was a second for me, but it was quite obvious that Ghost and Angela was going to win. Like, those two were star-crossed lovers. And literally, Angela took a bullet for Ghost. Like, she died for Ghost. So yeah. Why wasn't Angela on the ride or die category? I know that she was a cop, but let's keep it real. She took care of her drug dealing boyfriend. Angela put her life on the line for her drug dealing boo. So yeah, I'm surprised that Angela wasn't on the ride or die category. Then next we have moments that broke Black Twitter. We got the Tejada dinner scene, classic scene. Still referenced to this day, and even ever since that scene, like, now people be saying, like, whenever you see the Tejadas having dinner, you know it's gonna be a bad time. So that scene definitely deserved to be nominated. Tariq shooting Ghost, I love the wording here, because they called this nominee Tariq shooting Ghost, but then the next nominee was Tommy killing Angela. I love the word choices, y'all. It's almost like Ghost may still be alive. And then the last nomination was Unique still being alive. Okay, I get why Unique still being alive is nominated. Like, a lot of people was going crazy on Twitter. But look at what it's stacked up against. Tommy killing Angela was like, I remember Twitter was going crazy when that scene happened. Tariq shooting Ghost, which is obviously the winner. Like, I know the Tejada's dinner scene is definitely like... I know the Tejada dinner scene is definitely a very close second, but let's keep it real. Tariq shooting Ghost was always going to win. First off, Tariq shooting Ghost in itself is already crazy because Ghost was untouchable. Like, it's the fact that only his son was the only person that could really touch him for real. It's just like, yeah. Just that idea alone was already going to make it win. But then it was the ending of that series, and we seen it transition. Like, that one scene alone made this whole universe. So it's just like, even though the Tejada's dinner scene is a very iconic scene, and now it's like up there with like some of the most iconic Black scenes in television or movie history, like, let's keep it real. It did not stand a real chance against Tariq shooting Ghost. Like, I don't care what nobody say. You can put up as much arguments. You can laugh about the scene. You can meme the scene to death. But Tariq shooting Ghost was never going to be touched by the Tejada dinner scene. Those two were really the only real competition in this. But truth be told, even when you look at the competition, it's just like Tariq shooting Ghost is untouched. Like, that scene done so much for the universe in general. So it's just like, yeah. Next, we have the Standin On Business category. We got Kane, Julio, Lulu, Marvin, Kanan, and Drew. Drew did not stand a chance for me. Everybody else was solid picks. The same thing I said about Jukebox earlier for her nomination. They nominated young Kanan, but truth be told, if we're taking into account the original Power, I feel like Kanan should have won, to be honest. Like, Kanan should have definitely won this category. But yeah, Kane wound up being the winner. Kane from Book 2 Ghost. I'm not mad about it because Kane do be standing on business. But it's like, I hate that they nominated young Kanan and they didn't nominate older Kanan. Because in the original Power, Kanan got business done. Like, Kane... he's cool and all, but he is not touching Kanan, especially in the original Power. I hate how they divided it up between like young and old Kanan, but it's just like, nah, Kanan definitely deserved to win. Even if you're counting young Kanan, okay, yeah. If you're counting just young Kanan, then yeah, Kanan should win. But if you're counting Kanan overall as a character from book 3 and the original, Kanan should have won. I don't care. But, you know, I ain't too mad about it. Kane, he do be standing on business, so I'm not too mad about it. Julio and Lulu definitely, Julio, Lulu, and Marvin definitely deserve their nominations. But Drew, come on, get the fuck out of here. Next, we have Best Lawyer, which it really only came down to 2, Davis or Proctor. And I am so mad that Davis won. Don't get me wrong, Davis is a great lawyer, and he is truly a ride or die for Tariq. Like, don't get me wrong, Davis definitely put in work as a lawyer. But we're talking about Proctor here. Proctor was the GOAT. Like, whatever Tommy and Ghost, okay, I guess Tommy to a fault because him trying to snitch on Tommy was the thing that got him killed. But whatever Tommy and Ghost needed in the original Power, for the most part, he was always there. Even when his back was against the wall and everybody kept saying that Proctor will flip on you, Ghost, he stayed loyal to Ghost to the very fucking end. Even when his back was against the wall and it was more convenient for him to just snitch on Ghost, he still stayed loyal to Ghost throughout everything. So I guess that's where you can kind of say Davis is a little bit better. Like, Davis was a street dude before he became a lawyer. So he was never going to snitch on Tariq, never going to snitch on Braden. And he always had both their best intentions in mind. So I guess in that aspect, you can say like that Davis was more of a loyal lawyer. But I feel like the things that Proctor did, whether he was as loyal or not, I feel like he's done so much more than Davis. Like I said, don't get me wrong, Davis is definitely a solid pick. I see the debates all the time, and I understand why people have a debate, but truth be told, I just feel like Proctor should have won. Like, I don't feel like it was too much of a competition, at least in my opinion. Next, we have the funniest character. We have Marvin, Tate, 2-Bit and Spanky, they're a package deal in this one, and Tommy. So I mean 2-Bit and Spanky are funny together, but I don't feel like they had enough funny scenes for them to be nominated. But Marvin, Tate, and Tommy definitely makes a lot of sense. A lot of funny moments between those 3, but I was really saying that it came down to Marvin or Tommy. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like Tommy has a slight edge for me. Don't get me wrong, Marvin is funny as fuck, but the only reason that I say Tommy has a slight edge, and it's partly bias, I guess you could say, is Tommy had basically 2 TV series. He had 3 TV series because he shows up in Ghost. He's the main character in the original Power, and he's the protagonist of Book 4 Force. So you have 3 series of comedy with Tommy. Like, he always made me laugh in every appearance, and every show he's in, whenever he makes an appearance, Tommy is always funny. So, you know, I guess because of biasness, I guess I give Tommy a slight edge, and because he had more time in the universe to make me laugh. But don't get me wrong, I'm definitely not mad about Marvin winning. Marvin is easily, I guess you could say, the funniest character in the universe. It's just Tommy, of course, had more funnier moments because he's been in the universe longer. So that's just my reasoning. I do personally find Marvin more funnier, but it just, yeah, Tommy just been around longer, so he just has more funnier moments. But, you know, like I said, I'm not too mad about it. Tate, definitely a solid choice. But 2-Bit and Spanky, And then the last nomination that I want to talk about today is the most valuable player. Now, this wasn't like a real category or nothing like that. They just wanted to give an award to one of the actors behind the series. And the most valuable player was Michael Rainey Jr. Now, let me say this. I want to give Michael Rainey Jr. his flowers before I say what I had to say. Michael Rainey Jr., he is leading the whole Power universe right now. I know that he's not in Raising Kanan. I know he never showed up in Force, but when it came to passing the mantle of the universe from Omari Hardwick, Michael Rainey Jr. was one of the best actors to do it. And to be honest, I know a lot of people hate Tariq. I know a lot of people don't like his character, but you can't deny him as an actor. For someone to pass the torch of the universe to, yeah, Michael Rainey Jr. is doing an amazing job at it. He's such an amazing actor, and truth be told, he just finished filming a horror movie that he's about to be in. So I'm looking forward to that. Michael Rainey Jr. is an amazing actor. I do want to give him his flowers because he really did put in a lot of work for the Tariq character, and him and Joseph Sikora, because you could say that those two basically are the leaders of the universe right now. Him and Joseph Sikora are doing a lot of work, you know, carrying on the torch that Omari Hardwick carried in the original Power. So I do want to give them their flowers, like especially Michael Rainey Jr., because Tariq is basically the main character of this universe right now. But I'm not gonna lie to y'all. This award should have went to Omari Hardwick. It should have went to Omari Hardwick, because as much as Michael Rainey Jr. puts in work, and as great of an actor as he is, and like I said, I'm not trying to downplay his greatness, we got to acknowledge what Omari Hardwick did, because we're only just talking actors. If we're talking like whole crew and stuff, then Courtney Kemp should have won. But because this is more for the actors, we got to acknowledge what Omari Hardwick did, not even just for the Power universe, but for Stars. Like, the character of Ghost, you know, truth be told, I hate when people say, like, I hate when people say that nobody else could play this character. I always like to say that I can't imagine somebody else playing this character, because I feel like multiple actors could play a character. I really cannot imagine anyone else playing Ghost besides Omari Hardwick. Like, his performance and the way that he carried the original Power series put Stars, like, on the map for their original content. He went on to make a whole universe, and even you could say, you know, him and what he was able to do with Ghost in the original Power went on to even make BMF, and, you know, not say that what he did made BMF, but like, it's this, like, his acting was a big contribution to the success of the original Power, and his character was a big contribution to the original series of Power. So I know that my words are all over the place right now, but I hope y'all understand what I'm saying. What Omari Hardwick did for the Power universe and for the Stars network in general, I feel like you can't take that away from him. I know that he's trying to step away from the Power universe right now. I know that he's trying to distance himself a little bit, but it's just like, we still got to acknowledge what this man has done. And like I said, I'm not trying to downplay Michael Rainey Jr. because he's definitely doing his thing. I'm pretty sure he's making Omari Hardwick proud with the work that he's doing with the universe and how he's playing Tariq and how he's carrying it. But what Omari Hardwick did for the network and the universe of Power is just like, that can't be replicated. At least it can't be replicated again, because like, Omari Hardwick definitely did his thing. So I'm not mad at Michael Rainey Jr. for getting the award, but I do believe that we should have gave it to Omari Hardwick. And maybe there's behind the scenes reason, maybe there's personal reasons for why, maybe because he's trying to keep distance from the Power universe, maybe that's why he didn't get it. But it's just like, you know, I feel like he needed more acknowledgement during, you know, the Power Choice Awards, because he really only won one award. And it's like, for a character like Ghost that's done so much, I'm surprised he only just won one award. But yeah, y'all, that's it for all the nominations, all my thoughts on the winners and stuff like that. Let me know how y'all feel about it down below. I know the Power community is a big community. We have a lot of strong opinions. So, you know, don't be disrespectful. Don't be rude. Let's actually have, you know, fun conversation. Because at the end of the day, we all here because we love this universe. We here because we love these characters. We love the story. And I just want to have a good time with the other Power fans, even though some Power fans be dumb as hell and maybe, you know, do a bunch of dumb shit. But okay, that was kind of hypocritical to what I was saying before. But yeah, let's have a nice conversation in the comments. Let me know what y'all feel. Let me know if you feel like there should have been somebody else that won. Let me just know your thoughts on, you know, the nominations and the winners and stuff like that. And yeah, I guess the last thing I'm gonna say is, truth be told, I can't see myself making another Power Universe video for the rest of the year. I'll probably talk about Book 2 Ghost ending, but like, that's not addressing the whole universe. So if this is possibly my last video of the universe for this year, I'll say this. Once again, thank you to Courtney Kemp, 50 Cent, Omari Hardwick, Joseph Sikora, Michael Rainey Jr., just anybody that's done hella work on the Power universe. I just want to shout out to y'all, because truth be told, 10 years, a lot of shows can't even make it, like nowadays, a lot of shows can't even make it past 1 or 2 seasons. So to see the Power universe reach a 10-year anniversary with multiple spin-offs and all these amazing characters and all these amazing stories, and it all started with 50 and Courtney Kemp, I just want to shout out all of them. And, you know, partly y'all inspire me as an up-and-coming filmmaker. Y'all inspire me, you know, with y'all work. So, you know, shout out to y'all, and thank you guys for giving us, if any of them are watching this, in the rare chance that they are, thank you guys for giving us 10 years of amazing content, and I hope to get more in the future, which actually it's not even a hope. We're getting Power Origins pretty soon, so I'm looking forward to that. But I hope to another 10 years. Well, then again, the shows are about drug dealers, so how much can you really make that last much longer? But either way, just thank you guys for all the work that you put in, because, you know, you give great content to me and other Power fans out there, and I really appreciate it. So yeah. And also thank you guys for watching the podcast. I see the subs going up, the likes, views. You know, I like to see that. One of my goals this year was to get more subs. And last year around wintertime, I don't even think I cracked 200 subs. So to see me here with, like, I think the last time I checked, I was like at 247 subs. That means a lot to me. I know it's a slow rise, but, you know, the grind never stops, and I'm gonna still put out that content for y'all. But yeah, man, shout out to the Power universe and everybody behind it. Shout out to my supporters. And yeah, like I said, let me know how y'all feel about the Power universe, the winners, the nominees, and all that. And yeah, with all that being said, Tevin Jameer signing out. Catch y'all on the next one.